Hello and welcome to Real Recollections!
Minisode edition!
Yeah, today we're going to do our biggest fan Minisode. Our first ever,
Our
can
first
you believe
ever
it?
one!
Woo, woo, woo.
It's so exciting!
So today we have a very special guest, our dear friend, who we also mentioned in our regular episode, Wayd
Odle!
What up?
How are you, Wayd?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. We're sitting in our bunk bed, and it looks like you're sitting in your closet.
Listen, this is like the place where I can be where you cannot hear the TV, and my daughter, I think, is still awake. So much for that whole, like, Aurora business that I'm sure we're gonna get to, because my daughter's middle name is Aurora, but let me tell you, she does not sleep as much as you think she should.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Yeah, actually, that was one of the things that we were going to say is that you have to tell us.
Yeah, you have to tell us your daughter's full name.
What your daughter's name is.
Yes, Daphne Aurora Odle. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Aurora
That's
Odle.
so awesome. So we know Wayd from, we went to school with him.
Yep.
At BYU, and actually, me and Wayd spent the summer at Wolf Trap together.
Woo-hoo!
We both tried out. Did we try out the same place or different places?
No, it was totally different, and it was.
Totally
I
different.
didn't even know that you had auditioned. We hadn't
No, that's right.
really connected yet, and it was just really funny because I remember I actually found out from Rob Brandt. I was on the phone telling him that I was like, "Hey, guess what? I got into Wolf Trap," and he was like, "Oh yeah, I think Mary Hoskins got in there as well." And I was like, "You're kidding me? Are you serious?"
Okay. But get this, because it's a very small world, guys, so be nice to everyone.
It is very true.
Not only are they going to the same program, but
Yes.
they're going to play across from each other in love roles in Lava M. So
Exactly.
Yeah, and they did Lava One at BYU, but I didn't end up singing Mimi. I ended up being the cover. And then what's funny, so I kind of feel like me and Wayd are cursed to never be truly across from each other in Love One because that happened. And
Don't say
then
it.
COVID-19 happened right when we were supposed to be covering Lava M at Wolf Trap together. So it's just not meant to be.
Well, and that was the thing, though. Is like,
Sorry for
I totally,
causing the pandemic.
When I had told Rob, when Rob told me, he was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, Mary's going to Wolf Trap, I think," and I was like, and I knew they had offered me to cover Rodolfo, and I was like,
Yeah.
I bet you big money that she's covering Mimi, and like I was hoping so much, and so like when I found out that that's what it was, I was just over the moon because I was like, we're gonna get to do it, and then as you just said.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I mean, I guess we got to do one scene, but yeah. Someday.
also, I feel like we should say that Wolf Trap is an upper program. I don't know.
Oh, yes.
That's probably clear by talking about Lava M and everything. But you could probably tell by Wade's beautiful speaking voice
Yes.
that he is an amazing tenor.
Yes, and then
Whatever.
maybe on September, isn't it like September 22nd? You can hear Wayd and me sing if you go tune into the Wolf Trap.
Yes.
Studio program.
Well, I think it's September 20th is the first one.
Okay, is it?
Yeah, and then I think the second half is September 27th.
Okay,
Yep.
great. I knew it was like in the 20s, but
Yes.
Wade's on it. He knows the exact dates.
Well, okay, I don't know about that, but like I think like just like through the files of my mind, like
We'll make sure to post it on the Facebook page.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also today Wade was featured on a radio station.
Okay,
Yeah.
stop. Thanks, guys.
So guess what? You had your radio debut, and you're gonna have your podcast
No,
debut.
seriously,
the same week.
I was telling Jonah and Mary this. I was literally like, this is ridiculous. My life is never this busy. Like, all of a sudden it was like, oh, hey, you're going to be on the radio. Oh, by the way, we want you to do a podcast. And then I'm doing this, like, concert with Knoxville Opera this weekend, and I'm like, I literally never have this problem. So, like, it's nice.
Well, you know, that's how it always works out. It's like, I don't have anything. And then it's like, boom,
Boom.
you have everything.
Everything at once.
It's so true.
Suddenly you have to choose between everything.
The funny thing was when we were talking to Wayd about this problem, because this isn't our first time talking about all the things that he can't get done.
Because he has so much to do.
The thing that he's like, I can't get done is that he can't publicize fast enough and tell everyone about all the amazing things that he's up to recently.
And meanwhile, I'm like, what should I post about on Instagram this week? I can't do another picture of Ruth.
Meanwhile, Mary and I are quarantined in our little New York apartment, unable to do anything.
Whatever.
Watching all of the shows that Wayd recommended,
That is
basically.
True. Listen.
Speaking of shows.
It's true. Yes.
You were saying, Wayd?
No, I was just like, whatever. You guys are. I mean, you're going to be very busy. So, like, come on, the talent that both of you have, like, whatever. I'm gonna be the one being like, okay, guys, you don't have enough to post. Sure.
Oh my goodness! Oh my
gosh.
Just you wait. You New York dwellers. You guys are gonna like take that city by storm. Come on.
New York dwellers.
Someday.
How long do you have to live in New York to become a New Yorker?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
A New York minute? I'm just kidding.
Do you? Is it like a state of mind, or is it more about the amount of time?
Maybe it's when
that
the
you
city
spend
starts
in the
to
place?
feel like home.
So like right now.
So no,
I'm just
it
kidding.
feels like home to you so far. I feel like it's getting there for me, but I'm still getting used to the fact that I have to, I don't know, just all the places and all the streets and walking everywhere and not having a car. It's an adjustment.
I don't
but
know.
I like it.
I don't know how you guys do that because I mean, being from Nebraska, growing up, like literally, you have to drive to everything. Walking is not an option anywhere. Yeah, so like, I literally cannot fathom like, oh, you just walk. You just like you go and you walk, or you take the subway.
Yeah.
Or I think that's
exactly.
awesome.
Well, recently nobody's been using the subway. They've all been riding bikes, which feels very... I don't know.
European.
Yeah. Feels fancy.
We haven't done it yet.
Everyone
We're
on
not
their
that fancy.
I thought about bringing my bike, but then I thought of my tiny apartment and how I don't want to have a big bike.
And then we saw our stairs, which are like barely like my...
I'd basically have to be going over 3 miles for me to want to ever use my bike. Because
I would have to hold it above my head to get up those stairs.
Up and down the stairs, yeah. So, no thank you. Or maybe if we had, like a fold-up bike.
Yeah. Or maybe if they have, like, a bike closet downstairs. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's make an apartment building. Next project.
Let's
make an apartment building. Put a bike, like, parking place in the bottom floor.
Okay, first step, make money.
Make money. Sorry, that's the first step. First step, make money. Second, build an apartment complex in New York.
That's
somehow.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we'll have a bike place.
With all the money we're drawing in through the podcast.
Through the podcast, yeah. We'll just filter some of that off the top to go into our next investment.
That's amazing.
Put that in the budget.
Yes.
Buy an apartment building in New York. Okay.
So, Wayd, one of the reasons we invited you on, of course, was because you love Sleeping Beauty.
Yes, that's true.
I hope, since
yes,
you're here to talk.
Yes, that's true.
And also because you met Sleeping Beauty.
I did.
Can you please tell us everything?
He met Sleeping Beauty in the flesh.
Guys, it was the most surreal. Okay, well, first of all, I have to say, like I said, my wife Aubrey and my younger brother Michael, like, would kill me. They're like, wait, you're talking about Sleeping Beauty? Like, that's not even... Why are you talking about Sleeping Beauty? Like, I just have to, like, give credit. Like, they are definitely bigger Sleeping Beauty fans than I am. But I do love and appreciate... I mean, come on. First of all, I always loved her because I've said this since I was young. She's the best sung Disney princess. Like, she's got the best voice. I mean, and maybe that's because my ears are more operatically inclined. But I've always, and like, honestly, like, she's a babe. Let's be honest. Like, that hair, like, come on, like,
yes,
I know.
And that dress is pink, okay? And I kind of feel like we need to have that argument, but like, the dress is pink.
One of my questions is literally blue or pink.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then whatever you answered, we were going to say you were wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yep, we were going to say, what is her... Yeah. Anyways.
Pink. Anyway,
continue.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin that for you. Anyway.
No,
it's okay. We can still say that you're wrong.
So Sleeping Beauty is one of my favorite Disney movies. Not my favorite. I'm like literally like, when you guys do Hunchback, also please give me a call. What? Just saying. Anyway.
Yes.
He's an imposter.
So getting to meet Mary Costa was like the craziest thing in the world. So I'm sitting there. I got, first of all, the fact that I even got asked to do this concert was like a miracle in and of itself. There's a tenor who was supposed to do a sacred music concert and also sing Touridu with Knoxville Opera, and he had dropped out. So Brian Zaleski, I had done 2 roles with him already. He contacted me and was like, hey, would you be willing to sing, we found someone for Touridu, could you sing the sacred music portion? And I was like, well, yeah, sure, of course. So super pumped about that, because I was like, heck yeah, I get to do I get to do this concert. And so, and I had already done 2 shows at UT, University of Tennessee. And people have said, oh, Mary Costa sometimes shows up. And she didn't come. Like, I literally was like, I was in Carmen, she didn't come to Carmen. I had done this other Mozart opera, and I was like, dang it, like, we're in Knoxville. Like, I've got to meet Mary Costa. Like, come on.
There has to be like a lifestyle thing that's like, live every day like you're gonna meet Mary Costa,
right?
Or like sing every performance like she's in the audience.
Like literally,
that should be like a new.
Literally, I love that motto. Like that's, I think my wife has adopted it. Like every performance, like Mary Costa's here.
Amazing.
So, anyway, so it's actually the, I think it's the opening performance. I can't remember. There was only 2 performances, but it was either opening or closing. Anyway, and I'm sitting there. I'm next to Kathy Daniels, who is the mezzo. She's fantastic. I was just in awe that I was like, I get to sing with these people. And she like taps me and she's like, hey, they're trying to get like your attention. And I was like, oh, who? And I like look across. We're in this cathedral, by the way. Nice. I look over and my friend, 2 of them are sitting there and they're mouthing and pointing and they're like, Mary Costa's here. And I was like, what? Like, and this is literally right before the program's about to start. So like, as if I would like, I'm not like nervous, but I was like, oh my gosh, really? And I was like, where is she? And they're like, she's on the 3rd row. And so I was like, okay. So I like, but you can't, from where we're placed, we're like off to the side. So I actually couldn't see her. So the only time, and I was like, don't look for her. And of course, when I walk up to the podium, I'm like, 1, 2, 3, over. And she is right in front of me. I kid you not. I knew exactly, I knew who she was before, I'm like, I know that's her. Like, her hair is immaculate. She is dressed in this beautiful, suit. And like I said, just looks amazing. And I was like, that is Mary Costa. It's fine. And then I'm like, okay, wait, you've got to concentrate here. So I sing, and we get done. And it's really cool because I got to be a tenor and sing a high B flat at the end of this thing, which was awesome. Those beautiful tenor moments. And they're applauding. People stand. It was the last number, and so everyone stands. And I make eye contact with her. And I was like, why? She knows I'm looking at her. It's fine. And she is clapping. She winks at me and says,
yes!
And then literally, and then she mouths, amazing. And I was like,
oh.
And I
enough to die right there.
Oh, and then literally, and then she kept clapping, and I was like, stop looking at her, Wayd. And then I looked at her again, and she was like, bravo. And I mean, I lit up like a Christmas tree. I turned bright red. I literally. It was, I was like, oh my gosh, Mary Costa literally, and I thought that was the end, right? I was like, that's how I meet Mary Costa. I don't, actually say hello to her. Like,
that's enough of a story, yeah.
Right. So I go, obviously, and call Aubrey right away. To which she's like, I hate you. And I was like, okay, it's fine. Like, I was like, she's like, you totally just sang for Sleeping Beauty. I was like, I know. Anyway, so,
that's crazy.
So I'm kind of like doing the like, I don't want to say like stalker-ish thing, but I'm like, I know what side of the cathedral she was sitting on, and so I'm like kind of waiting, right? And I'm like waiting.
You're like
and I'm
hanging
like,
around over there.
Like, am I going to be able to see her? Anyway, so...
Right.
So
like, maybe you should just stand at the door and just make sure you don't miss her,
no,
you know?
Well,
yes!
Exactly. So I decide, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to walk in. And I mean, I literally had no other reason to walk into that cathedral other than hoping to, like, make eye contact with her. I kid you not, this was an act of God. I am walking through the door as she is ending her conversation with somebody else, turns around, we make eye contact, and she literally screams and goes, oh! And throws her hands up in the air, and I was like, are you... And I, like, literally did the, like, I, like, looked over my shoulder, and I was like, you're talking to me? Like, and I was like, you're kidding? And she comes, I don't even say hello, she hugs me. Mary Costa is hugging me, and she was like, and then she grabs me by the shoulders and looks into my eyes, she's like, you were phenomenal. Bravo. And she's like, you just got up there and you just sang. And I was like, oh my gosh, like my mind was so overwhelmed. I was like, wait,
yes.
why are you complimenting me right now? Like, what are you talking about? So we chat for a little bit, and then literally I stop her because she was like telling me all these wonderful things, and I was like, wait, just 1 second, please. I was like,
I have a prepared speech.
Exactly, like, just 1 second.
You're pulling out your flashcards.
I like pull them out from my pocket, like, okay, so from the very beginning, I was 8 years old. Just kidding. So I'm like, you have no idea. I'm like, I am a huge fan of yours, and I like absolutely love everything you have done. And she was like, oh, that's so sweet. And I was like, no, you don't understand. And I was like, first of all, my wife and my brother would kill me if they knew I was here beating you. And I was like, my daughter's middle name is Aurora. And she was like, you're kidding. And I was like, I'm not. Like, her middle name is Aurora.
If I had her birth certificate.
And she just was like, and she like grabs her, I think either her assistant or publicist or somebody who was with her, and was like, please take a photo of us, takes a photo of us. And then she's like, please give me your name and address of you, your wife, your daughter. I want to send you something. And I was like, what? And then like, literally I'm like walking out of the cathedral, and like starstruck, and then I receive and get texted these photos of me and Mary Costa, and I was just like, are you kidding me?
Gosh.
Like, I was just shocked. And like, literally I call my younger brother Michael, I call Aubrey, I call my parents. I'm literally like literally my brother Adam was like, hey, I think you were just tweeted about. And I was like, what? Like, and I called my sister, who's also an opera singer. Like, I literally was like, everybody. And then my brother Adam sends me the tweet, and it's me.
Yeah.
And it's literally like Mary Costa with tenor Wayd Odle after his wonderful performance or something like that. I was so starstruck. I was just like, how did this happen? Like, how did this happen? And so, like, sorry, I could have made this a little more brief, but, like, literally...
No, I love it!
This is
I said everything.
So,
Please
literally,
go.
well, the saga doesn't end there. Like, I thought it would end there. So, she, well, you know, like, I mean, she's pretty famous. Like, I look her up, like, read her bio, the stuff, like, she's done and who she sang with, and, like, the awards she's received. Anyway, so... You know, a couple weeks go by, and, you know, nothing. And then, so at that point, we're just like, you know, probably not getting anything.
Right. I mean...
No.
Busy.
And it's probably like a month later. we get this envelope, this large white envelope with the most beautiful penmanship I've ever seen. Like, and it said like Wayd Odle,
writes like a
and I was like, oh my gosh. In it, we open it, and it's not just a card. It's this, like, first of all, there's 2 Disney prints. Sorry, not Prince, but Prince, Prints, of these, like, it's Aurora with, the animals around her with, like, the cape thing. When they, like, do that. Anyway, so it's her, and on it, in gold Sharpie, it's one addressed to my wife and one addressed to my daughter. And the one to my daughter was like, to a new princess, Daphne Aurora, from your princess, love, Aurora. Like, I was just like, what?
That's making me cry.
It was
so sweet.
It was so sweet. And like, and gave one to Aubrey as well, signed. And then, but there was another one in there, and it was Mary Costa as Titania from Midsummer Night's Dream by Benjamin Britten. And it was in San Francisco, when she was at San Francisco Opera in 1960. And on it, it says, to Wayd, from your fan, Mary Costa. And I was like, okay, that's going on the office wall. Like,
I'm just floored by this experience.
That is incredible.
And
well, I mean,
go ahead.
Even when you're at Disneyland and you're meeting the princesses or the characters, you're already starstruck. But then meeting the actual voice character, I can't even imagine.
Could you hear Aurora in her voice?
Could you hear it? Oh, yeah. No. Like, I mean, let me tell you, she is, I think she's 89 right now. First of all, she looks amazing. Second of all, you could not even tell, like, she's got this southern accent that is beautiful. It's not heavy. It's just, I don't know. It's just so her. She is just one in a million. Like, it's just, she's so unique. So it was pretty amazing to get all that from her. And then to top it all off, when we were, Aubrey and I got to do, we did Romeo and Juliet together at Knoxville Opera. And we got to do a sponsor dinner afterwards, and she was at that dinner. And so Aubrey got to meet her, which was really awesome. And then we talked with her, and we actually brought this like Disney stationery. My younger brother, Michael, he bought Aubrey and I this, like, they're like just beautiful, like, prints. I mean, you guys talked about it, I think, how like in your last episode about like the artwork that they used. So like, they just had prints of those and put them on cards and put it in this gold Disney book that the whole the movie has in it. And so like, I had that with me, and the cast members were like, do you care if we have a card, like, so that she could sign? And she just like signed cards for people, like the other performers there that night, like who played Romeo, Juliet, and Mercutio. And she is a princess. Like, I mean, she is, like, just as kind and sweet and generous as you would think she is.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I mean, there are many things that you can do in your life that, like, after you do them, then you have to live at, like, a higher standard than everybody else.
Yeah.
Because you have done those things. And I think one of those is playing a Disney princess. It's like, after you do that, then you must almost become a new person.
Literally.
Because you can't crush anyone's dreams of, like, who that princess is. That princess always needs to stay, you know.
Seriously.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Totally agree.
But, yeah. What a beautiful story.
Thank you so much. I was like, I have to have Wayd on so he can talk about meeting Sleeping Beauty.
It was, like I said, it was one of those moments where I was like, is this real life? Like, is this, like, I didn't even think, you know what I mean? Like, and you guys know this because you're, you know, also in the industry, if you're just like, what is, like, some of the coolest things I'm going to get to do? I mean, you know, we all want to win the Met, Jonah, don't get me wrong, but, like...
we can't all win the Met.
We can't all win the Met.
But,
like, literally, what was really cool was, like, I mean, that's something that, like, I remember when I had chose to go to Knoxville for grad school, and I literally remember Aubrey being like, you know, Mary Costa, it says she lives in Knoxville, and I was like, wouldn't that be cool if and then like literally it happened, and like I don't. It was just one of those things that was like so unexpected and definitely like a highlight. I'm like, you know what? If this is as big as my career gets, like I'm okay with that. Like,
I'm happy. I mean, I have a thing saying that Mary Costa is one of my fans.
That's
what
it.
else do you need?
What else do I need? Like,
I know.
So yeah, it's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
That's incredible.
Whoa.
Thanks, guys.
For a Sleeping Beauty lover, fanatic / husband / brother to Sleeping Beauty fanatic.
Yes.
We have come up with a couple of trivia questions to
for
see
you.
just how
big of a fan.
Oh gosh,
You
I'm
really
a little nervous. It's fine. Like,
No pressure. Literally no pressure.
no pressure. Okay, here we go.
if you fail, we're never inviting you back again.
But I mean, no pressure. Yeah. It doesn't matter how you do. It's just that we won't ever have you back.
That's
so.
fine. Like, and I completely understand. You know, it's fine.
It's like not even that big of a threat.
Well, I should.
Are you kidding? Like, come
I should
on.
start by saying. I should start by saying these questions are really easy, and yes, I do say that to make you feel bad if you get them wrong.
That's fine. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
You know what? That sounds like
They're
a
not that
very
easy.
you statement. So, like, I'm okay with that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Amazing. Okay,
So
go
there
ahead,
are
Jonah.
4. So you only need to get 75% of them right
Okay.
to pass.
Okay.
You missed 2 questions and you have failed. So just keep that in mind.
Okay, got it.
All right. Question number 1. Who wrote the ballet Sleeping Beauty's music is based off of?
I mean, isn't it Tchaikovsky?
Yes! Ding, ding, ding!
Okay.
We have a winner. Very good.
Very good. Well
guys,
done.
like,
Doing
this
well
is
so far.
Okay, it's not a ton of pressure, but I'm literally like, okay, like, obviously, like, I'm like, it's Tchaikovsky, like, that's totally who it is. And then I'm like,
If you get
But
it,
you're second guessing yourself.
if you get it wrong, we just cut it out, and then we go back, and we ask you it again, and you're like, this, and we're like, that was right! Just kidding.
amazing.
Okay. So, the king and queen, when they give Aurora her name, why did they name her Aurora?
Oh, gosh. Why did they name her? Wasn't it like... I know, okay. Wasn't it like to, like, because she was like the dawn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Close.
really close.
Is that
Yeah.
like the morning
Yes.
sun?
Yep.
Yeah, okay,
yep.
yeah.
That's it,
Yeah,
right?
they said that she because she brought sunlight into their life.
Okay. I mean, that really
So
makes
there's a line
sense.
for your daughter.
Right.
For the future.
No, it's funny. Well, it's funny because part of that guess was like, because, you know, my daughter's middle name is Aurora. Like, literally, I was kind of like, okay. And because you know, you look these things up, like Aurora, and like, where does that come from? And it's totally like goddess of the like dawn or the morning, you know? And so I was like, that makes perfect sense. And I was like, yeah, that's why we want Daphne's middle name. Anyway, it's fine. So yeah, that was me kind of taking a stab at the dark, but not really, because I felt like it was like, that's gotta be it, right? Like, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
know
got
what,
it.
Though, if it was multiple choice, you would have gotten it.
You would have
for
gotten
sure,
it 100%.
so.
Yeah. And I would say that you got it anyway. Okay, so
You know,
you go ahead.
short answer, half points. I'm just kidding. Okay, question number 3. What other villain does Maleficent voice?
So the actress Eleanor Audley did Maleficent, and what other
did
Disney villain?
Maleficent and Lady Tremaine from Cinderella.
See, he knows her name.
Okay, listen. We prepared to do the Cinderella podcast, and I didn't know that the evil stepmother's name was Lady Tremaine.
Oh.
And so he kept thinking I was just saying some weird thing. And I was like,
Why do
no,
you keep calling her Lady Tremaine?
that's her name.
You're like, that's her name. Listen, I want you to know the
my
only
gosh.
reason I know her name is because I literally have looked up before. Like, I'm pretty sure she voices the stepmother in Cinderella. And because, like, Maleficent, let's be honest, is, like, the best part of... I don't know about the best part of Sleeping Beauty, because there's Mary Costa, obviously, but, like, that in
That's
conjunction
true.
with it's just Maleficent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, fools, idiots, like,
imbeciles,
like, who doesn't love that? Like,
so
that's
much.
such a
Every
move.
cradle.
Like, a cradle. Like, literally, one of the quotes I often use is like, for the first time in 16 years, I will sleep easy tonight. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, something like that.
And I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to use that later in life. It's fine.
She has some great monologuing.
Great monologues, great fashion sense, great sense of timing.
Totally.
Performer, right there.
Crashing that party.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
Yes, Sleeping Beauty is a very operatic affair.
Bonus points.
Yes.
She also voices a character in what Disneyland park ride?
Okay, well, this one isn't fair, and I'm sure Mary already knows why, because I have never, ever experienced anything Disney, like Disney World, Disneyland, so I do not know.
Let us reconvene this podcast in 6 months. When you've
Maybe one of our many sponsors will.
Please.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe.
Provide
Take
you
Wayd
and
to
your
Disneyland.
family a Disneyland trip.
That's so much. You guys get to be like Oprah Winfrey, and you get a Disneyland trip.
And you get a Disneyland
Wouldn't
trip.
that be amazing?
That would be amazing. That's the
I
best job in the
would
world.
love to be able to do that.
I know.
Truly iconic.
After we get our apartment building going.
Sending people to Disneyland now is pretty much like a death sentence.
That's
that's
exactly
true.
what it is, so we're gonna have to wait for a little while.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing. Well, our fourth question was gonna be pink
it was
or
the rigged,
blue.
it was the rigged question.
Okay, well, no, the right answer is pink.
Yeah,
So-
but like the better answer is blue.
Like, okay, so, but like, let's argue about this for a second, because I'm pretty sure when that book closes, it's on pink. So, if the book closes and it's on pink, I'm sorry, that story is over, and the dress is pink.
But blue's a better color.
Excuse me, I do believe most stories begin in the middle and end in the middle of something.
Yeah, so we don't even know where that ended up.
I'm gonna, like, take that cliche nonsense and throw it out the window, because, like, if you guys are so keen on, like, Disney is law, like, the book is closed. So, like, there's not a Sleeping Beauty 2. There's not. Now, listen, does she look nice in the blue dress? Yes. Does she look absolutely perfect when Maleficent has her covered in, like, and she's pricked herself, and then she, like, unveils her
yes.
blue dress, and you're
that's
like,
the most
that's
dramatic
beautiful.
scene.
But
yes.
we know, deep down, when that book closed, it's pink. So it's gotta be
Suppose
pink.
it does go somewhat with the name Aurora, you know, pink of sunrise and all that.
I know, I was like, come on,
honestly,
blue, pink. Yeah, I agree with that.
When you said there's no sequel of Sleeping Beauty, you immediately got me thinking, like, what would the sequel be? And I just can't help but imagine, like, Aurora becoming this warrior princess, because I'm sure that's what she would have to be, because she was so, like,
yes.
Yeah,
she's
she
like a warrior princess in the second one.
She didn't make very many choices for herself in the
completely.
first movie, so I feel like in the second movie,
The second one is where
they'd have
Sleeping
to
Beauty-
make her some, like, super, like,
Yes.
I am a woman and I can do everything.
Or like,
Second
you know,
movie,
they
she leaves with
totally-
Prince Philip.
Right, or they, like, totally rip off
Yeah.
Frozen and accept because, you know, she's Aurora, so she actually has fire that comes out of her hands.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You know, let's do a crossover. Aurora, Frozen, crossover. You know,
Why
you get
not?
the ice powers, the fire powers.
And, like,
It's gonna be
literally,
great.
and instead it's called, like, she's the sun princess. Like,
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm for it.
just saying. So,
We just wrote that for them. So
right?
I mean, nothing could
story
be weirder.
credit.
Nothing could be weirder than the time traveling Cinderella story.
Okay, but I
Yeah.
want to comment on that because I did hear you guys talk about it. I love that movie. Like,
Me
it is
too!
actually a sequel
He's
that I
wrong.
watched.
It's really good.
It's so good. Like, I literally was like,
It's
"You're
emotional
kidding."
and scary.
And Drizella? No, Anastasia. Anastasia is the
Anastasia.
redheaded. Like, and she's totally nice. Like, and it's like, look, she deserves a happy end of her after, doesn't she?
Well, we knew that she was nice because of the second Cinderella movie, which is somehow weirder and worse than the third
That's
Cinderella
true.
movie.
I'll be honest.
That's true.
I only ever watched the third one, so and honestly, let's not even talk about can we all agree that Maleficent and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, are not canon?
I agree. They're fun.
They're fun.
But, they're not canon.
But I'm sorry, you did not capture the majesty and beauty of, Sleeping Beauty, you know? I'm just saying.
No.
High cheekbones aren't everything.
Cheekbones are not everything.
I'm not everything.
But I mean,
I know, the casting was really good, but, yeah, I didn't feel that it fully captured the magic of it.
I agree. Well, and I think the music had a lot. I mean, not to be whatever. No. I mean, we've kind of already talked about it. When I say we, you guys have already talked about it, which I loved, by the way. How much time and effort actually went in to making this movie. I feel I don't know. Unless you're gonna work on it for another 10 years, sorry. It's not going to happen.
You have to put at least as much time in as the animators did. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Come on. Amazing.
Absolutely. Okay. So we just have one more
question.
Okay,
so
this is not trivia, though.
This isn't trivia. This is just your opinion.
So
got it.
Don't get flustered.
I want you to take us back in time.
Okay.
8-year-old Wayd goes and sits down in front of the VCR, and he pops in his favorite movie.
Yep.
What is it?
Oh, gosh. That is a great question. Oh, man. That is a really good question. I mean, are you talking Disney-related or just movie?
Just anything. Whatever, you have the TV to yourself somehow with your siblings. You're just popping in the movie. You're popping in the movie that you love the most, that you wanted to watch.
Oh, man. That is a great question. Now I'm, thinking about it. First one that comes to mind was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
That is amazing.
Literally with the terrible Ivan ooze that everyone's what is that? That I had the biggest crush on Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, and I loved. He was Tommy. He was the White Ranger. He was the Green Ranger, but then in the movie he was the White Ranger. Anyway, so. I remember that because, we had it, back in those days, the wonderful VCR, we had recorded it off of TV, and it wasn't marked very clearly, and so, I would have to go, dig through a VCR bin that we had, or, a VHS bin to find that VHS and put it in. But, that was, I loved that movie, but I didn't get to, watch it a ton, right? Because, once again, I'm number 5 out of 6 kids, so, me controlling the TV as a child, didn't happen.
Laughable, yes.
Me too, Wayd. Me too.
I'm sure you can understand, Jonah.
It's a running thing on this thing that Jonah's well, I would have watched that movie if you had let me.
Right.
I didn't control the TV that much.
Okay, but I want you to know, Wayd, though, that we have not had a VCR player for maybe 10 years, 6 years at least.
Right.
But we just barely got rid of some, not even all of our VHS tapes.
You know what? I think I want you to know, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, my parents were we have all these VHSs, anybody want them? Because we're getting rid of them. And I was both, I literally just remember being Aubrey, do we take them? Are they ever going to be worth anything? They're just VHSs. But,
they're just VHSs.
But, why did my parents hang on to them for so long? I mean, that's my real question. I'm just saying, 3 years ago, 2017, DVDs have been around since, 2000? I don't know.
I remember when you could buy both, a DVD or the VHS.
Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, yep. I hear you there, but, yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was definitely one. And I actually was because I was Disney related. I'm trying to think. And honestly, as a kid, my favorite Disney movie, I think it was Aladdin. I loved.
Yeah. Good choice.
I loved Aladdin. Like, loved. And actually, I have proof of this because, this is a really unrelated story, but I really didn't like getting dethroned as the baby of the family. And so the day my parents brought home Michael from the office, what was I gonna say?
Michael from the office is your brother?
Sorry. So the day they brought him home from the hospital, like literally, there's a home video of like in the hospital, like me sitting down, like my dad trying to hold both Michael and me, and I like push off of him, and I'm like, I don't like baby Michael. So like, yeah, like I was not a fan. And so there's another home video of them like being like, look, Michael brought everyone presents. And I was like, really? And he brought me, you're gonna be like, you're kidding. He brought me Return of Jafar.
Yes!
And like literally I like screamed, and there's like me like holding up this movie. Little did 4-year-old or 3-year-old me know that the movie was terrible. Like, it's like terrible.
It's not garbage when you're 3, you know what I mean? Like,
listen, it's not like, and what is that? Can we talk about that? Like, King of Thieves, great movie. Like, I loved that movie. But like,
I remember really liking it.
It's way good. Return of the Jafar, though, like, is really, because like I said, I loved Aladdin so much. But then, like, you know, I was falsely led to think that Return of Jafar was a good movie.
You didn't like the forget about that boy. Anyway.
And I always thought it was really weird that, like, I remember thinking as a child, like, oh my gosh, why is he getting beheaded? Like, they're gonna kill him?
Yes.
And then, like,
they're gonna kill him.
It was so dark or freaky. Like Jasmine like walks up to him and is like, you deserve to die. And I was like, what is going on? Yeah. Like, what? And then, like, you know, it's not actually Jasmine. And I was like, this is really weird. Like, those were my literal thoughts as a child. Like,
yes.
No.
I love it so much.
Anyway.
That is amazing.
That's amazing.
So,
I love that.
Yep.
Awesome.
Well, Wayd, we have really enjoyed having you.
Yes.
And if we go on any longer, it won't be much of a mini.
I was about to say, I'm like looking at it. And I was like, mini-sode.
Our
right.
mini-ish-sode.
You guys literally should have known better than to ask me. Like, come on, guys. I always have something to say. Like, but thank you so much.
That's why we wanted you.
Right.
Yes. Thank you for being here.
Seriously. You guys are the best.
Yeah.
We did want to say that every week Wayd does these wonderful little video segments called Wait a Minute. Where he talks about different problems that he sees in the industry that he feels that should be changed and that we can do better with.
Or kind of self-care stuff, right?
They're really worth your time.
Yes. No. It's kind of, both of those things of like learning how to love yourself and like be able to what it means to like really take care of yourself, and then also shifting your attitude as a performer, because I think it's really hard to like it's really hard to combat falling into the rut of like comparison and like, oh, they're so much better, or like, or not being like happy for your peers that they're succeeding or having success, and I had found that in myself. And I had come to this kind of point of like, you know what? Like, this isn't a way to like be an artist or have a career as an artist. So I changed some of those perspectives, and then have found a lot more joy in being an artist and being happy with being an opera singer and what I'm able to bring, because I've been able to let go of some of those things. So that's kind of what I talk about every week on those. Thank you guys for mentioning that. Tune into a Wait a Minute Wednesday. They come on every Wednesday. So
yeah, we'll post that on our website and on the Facebook too, so you guys can see them. But they're super awesome. They're a great pick me up in the middle of the week.
Thanks, guys.
Even if you're not an opera singer.
That's
even if you're not an opera singer, we all have those things.
Exactly. Like, and that, I want it to kind of be like, yes, it's for people in the industry, but like, it's kind of just like life lessons that I learned that. So yeah, even if you're not an opera singer, please feel free to tune in. So
awesome. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening in on our mini-ish episode. It's been a journey. We hope you've had as much fun as we have.
Yes.
It's been amazing.
And have a great week.
Yeah, and if you are the biggest fan of one of our movies, please write in. Maybe we'll interview you. So
absolutely.
Yeah. And you can write in at realrecollectionspodcast@gmail.com. That's real spelled REEL.
All right. Yeah. Take care, everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.